Welcome to Lesson 5 of the Excel Intermediate series. If you want to practice and follow the lesson, download sample data for free if you have not done so. Link in description. In this lesson we learn how nested if statements and the IFS function help you evaluate multiple logical conditions in a clean and structured way. The learning objective is to understand how IFS is built and how it chooses the first condition that is true. Let us start by understanding the formula structure. The IFS function is written as IFS followed by pairs of condition and result. Excel checks each condition from top to bottom and stops as soon as one condition is true. This makes IFS easier to read than long chains of nested if statements. Now let us relate this to the Excel demo. We want to classify the debit amount into high value, medium value, low value, or no debit. To achieve this we arrange the conditions from the highest threshold to the lowest threshold. The first condition checks if the debit is greater than the high threshold. The second condition checks if the debit is greater than the medium threshold. The third condition checks if the debit is greater than 0. The final condition true acts as a catch-all for no debit. In the sample data the product monitor has a debit of 15,000. The high threshold is 10,000 and the medium threshold is 3,000. Since 15,000 is greater than 10,000 the first condition is true and IFS returns high value. This example shows how arranging conditions in the correct order ensures the formula produces the right classification. Let's take a look at nested if formula. You can see that it has multiple IFs in one formula and more difficult to write and maintain than IFS formula but produce the same results. Therefore instead of multiple IFs which many times results in Excel prompting errors saying too many conditions because some brackets are missing, we should always use IFS for multiple conditions. Now let us continue with the second example which demonstrates IFS logic combined with and or. The learning objective is to understand how IFS evaluates multiple criteria at once. Before we look at the sample data let us understand the structure. IFS is built by placing one condition at a time. This allows you to check several conditions in sequence. When combined with and or you can check multiple criteria at the same time. In the Excel demo we want to determine the risk flag for the product monitor based on region, project, quantity, department and debit. The nested if checks each rule one by one. For example, the first rule checks if the region is north and the project is general. If this condition is true the formula returns the risk flag for that rule. If not it moves to the next rule. The second rule checks if the product is monitor and the quantity meets a minimum level. The third rule checks if the debit exceeds a minimum amount and the department matches a specific value. In the sample data none of these rule conditions are fully met so the IFS logic returns normal risk. This example shows how nested if allows you to evaluate several criteria clearly and in order. Let us move to the final example which demonstrates profitability tiering using IFS. The learning objective is to understand how IFS can classify results based on sequential conditions. Let us look at the formula structure. If S is written as if S followed by condition 1, comma, result 1 then condition 2, comma, result 2 and so on. Excel checks each condition in order. In the Excel demo we want to classify the profit percentage into excellent margin, good margin, poor margin or loss. To achieve this we calculate profit percentage using unit price minus unit cost divided by unit price. Then we compare this percentage against the thresholds in the PT table. The first condition checks if the percentage meets the excellent margin threshold. The second condition checks if it meets the good margin threshold. The third condition checks if it meets the poor margin threshold. The final condition true returns loss. In the sample data monitor has a unit price of 250 and a unit cost of 150 which gives a profit percentage of 0.4 which is 40%. This meets the excellent margin threshold so IFS returns excellent margin. This example shows how IFS S can classify results based on sequential conditions. Sometimes, there is a better way to achieve the same result. For example, we could simply use an XLOOKUP to replace this whole chunk of formula instead of check one condition at a time. To recap, nested if and if S allow you to build clear multi-condition logic for classification, risk checks, and profitability analysis. This is lesson 5. There are 50 lessons in this series. Remember to subscribe and follow the channel so that you catch the next lesson immediate when it is ready.